So these coming chapters are all about embracing complexity, that we are being invited to not go for the easy answer, that we are being invited to step beyond what seems to be the easiest route from A to B. And what the research that Adam Grant puts forward suggests is that complexity can disrupt those overconfident cycles and put you into a place of rethinking. Because when we're creating the narrative just from habit, it's because we're confident that we think we already know what's happening. I mean, the first time I saw that, and they said, if you think you know what's going to happen next, I knew what they were talking about. I felt myself falling into that narrative. So part of what we're being invited into through our spiritual principles is how do we break free from that narrative? Because here's the thing, it doesn't just limit the person who we're putting the narrative upon, it also limits us. It's limiting us at the same time. So people are actually more inclined to think again if we present topics through the many lenses of a prism. So actually, the more complex an issue is, and the more it's presented as actually being complex, the more open people become to perhaps shifting off of one of their viewpoints, which may be a polarity. Now, one of the things about, as we get into these chapters, that for me has been like a little irritant for me, is that a lot of what Adam Grant is talking about can feel very manipulative. Let me take these wonderful tools about deep listening and let me use them all so that I can get you to believe what I want you to believe. And that's part of that is he's coming from a corporate perspective. He's trying to make this useful in a corporate climate where you're trying to get everyone on board to something. We are looking at it through a spiritual prism, and I really want to make people aware that deep listening is not manipulation. That what we are being called to do is to not take these ideas that we're being presented with, where I'm actually going to ask you, tell me more, just so that I can use it to get you to let go of what you believe and come over to my side. We've missed the point completely if we're still caught in the idea that there is a side. So what if there is something beyond the right and the wrong? What if there's something even larger, that we need both perspectives to be able to access, to be able to understand? That is actually the complexity that we are all being invited into.